After being misled all of your life by a stupid triangle, you decided to give the carnivore diet a try to regain your health, but it was harder than you thought giving up all the sugar and carbs, leading you to fail multiple times trying to just eat meat. But instead of staying down and cowering in the corner with a Twinkie in your mouth, you decided to get back up and come out swinging. That, dear viewer, makes you a warrior.
You warriors are good. Real good. The best.
The best. You warriors are good. What's up, guys? Oh, yeah, it's hump day. And welcome back to the morning meeting. Really good to see y'all. Having a great day so far. I hope you are too. If you're new here, we get together every weekday. Most weekdays. We missed a couple in the last 4 months, but not many. And we come together, anybody on a ketovore, carnivore diet, and talk about our struggles and victories. A lot of people stop by every day. Some folks, stop by a couple times a week. Whatever the case may be, everyone's welcome. And I'm glad y'all are here. Brisket, the big boy. Picked him up yesterday, and he's doing really well. A lot of you know he had surgery, and appreciate all the well wishes and prayers for him. It was a minor surgery, but still, whenever they're put under anesthesia and going to the knife, you worry, and we really care about our brisket. So really happy to report everything has gone well. Since he is on the thumbnail, I'll show you guys a picture here of his actual hind leg. See if I can find it. I already uploaded and now it's not showing it. Okay, there it is. So if you see here, I'm gonna look over here. See where they shaved his fur on his what would you call that? His elbow, on his back leg, and he's got quite a few stitches there. But the vet said everything went really well, and yeah, no complications. And he has just got to keep from licking that. So he is in what the doctor called the cone of shame, and I'll show you guys right here. You okay? You doing all right? You got a lot of people praying for you, huh? You good boy? Oh no, you can't go out running. Yeah, he wanted to go back out this morning. I usually go out with the dogs and let them do their thing out in the front yard, and this morning I took him out on his leash, and just so he wouldn't be running around, and he did his business. And then I did, I took the cone off since I'd be with him, and then he laid on the porch with me for about 45 minutes while I caught up on the news on my phone, watched a little YouTube, and so he was able to get out of that cone for a little while. But if I can't have my eyeballs on him, he's got to have the cone of shame on. And he's doing well. So I really appreciate everybody who is rooting for him. And he's got to have that thing on for 10 days. And then we go to have his stitches out. And he's on some different medications and stuff. But he's doing well. Yeah, big relief. And the bill, my gosh, $402 for everything. That's including 3 medications. This veterinarian was just amazing. If you guys live in the Simpsonville area in South Carolina, or even Greenville, the clinic is McCraw Veterinarian in Fountain Inn, South Carolina. And he's kind of like a country doctor. He's very young. He's like 35, 40 years old. But I can't say enough about their staff and him and their prices. So very cool. If you guys live in the area and I wanted to give them a little shout out, But anyway, how you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to getting in the comments. And thank you for everybody who checked out my results video yesterday. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I give my weight loss. I give my ketones, which I was really happy about, my blood sugar. But that was 3 weeks in on the BBBE challenge. And I got to tell you, little Larry brought me something home yesterday from work. He brought me 3 pounds of chicken wings, and they're really good from the butcher shop. So he said they were going out of date, so they couldn't sell them. He didn't have to pay for them. So I will be having some chicken wings today. I know it's not BBBE, but I'm not going to pass up free food. I'm not going to do it. So, but I'll eat them clean. Sauce them up with some 0-carb hot sauce and butter, and that'll be it. I like to cook them at 400 degrees in the air fryer for 8 minutes, and then flip them, and then 400 degrees again for another 8 minutes. They come out perfect. So in our last morning meeting, one of the questions I had for the gang was, what do you prefer, drums or flats when it comes to chicken wings, and how do you prepare them? So I'd like to throw that question out there to the general audience right now. And you guys let me know in the live chat. You a drums person or a flats person when it comes to chicken wings? And how do you like to cook them? But I'll tell you, if I'm going to cook a big batch, I just do them in the oven, But eight of these wings from Little Larry's Butcher Shop. It's a good meal. So anyway, let's jump in the comments. Yeah. Mandy. Hey, Manny. Good morning, brisket with some hearts. That's cool. Lisa. Good morning, all. Good morning to you, Lisa. Jesse. Hey. Good morning from College Station, Texas. Glad you could make it. Jesse Farmer. That's a new name. First time here, or maybe just first time in the chat. Either way, welcome. Very cool to see you. Heartland Soaps and Sundries. Hey, Jesse. I have some friends relocating to College Station, 2 families. One is already there. That's cool. Heartland Soaps and Sundries. There's a new name, too. Awesome. Praying Brisket is doing well. I watch every day, but I never make it to the actual live. Okay. Well, really glad you could finally make it. How you doing? How you doing today? Keep it going in the live chat. You guys are half this conversation. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. V. Osborne, good morning, everyone. Glad I made it on time today. Always good to see you, V. Awesome. Sarah, good morning, Warriors. How's everyone on this fine Wednesday? Hope you're doing well, Sarah. Glad you're here. Good morning from Colorado, Medley. Meldley. Awesome. Colorado. That's where my daughter Ashley lives. Our daughter Ashley. Yep. I think I might be going to visit her. She actually told me she was going to buy tickets to come out there because her man, Nick, one of his family members passed and he inherited a house. So they just moved into that house. So they're not going to have any rent anymore. And their house is paid for. So Ashley was like, I'm going to save up the money to buy you and Mom plane tickets. I was like, oh, okay. That means I definitely got to lose some weight so I can fit on the plane, right? So I can get in the seats. All the way from Colorado. Very cool. Papa Frank in the house. Good morning, Carnivore Quest family. Larry shared his success so far on BBBE. I weighed myself today and I'm down 8 pounds since October 1st. It feels great. I'm going to keep going, mostly BBBE. Awesome, Frank. That's great. 8 pounds. Yeah, I was happy with my results too. Yeah. I thought I'd be minimum 8 pounds, but I lost a little more than that, and I'm cool with that. Hey, Aaron. Good morning, man. Good to see you. Wendy O. Good morning from Odessa, Delaware. Hope all is well. Tried beef bacon for the first time this morning. Pretty darn good. Still going strong. Keep on keeping on. Very cool. Yeah, I still have never tried beef bacon. That's on. Lance in the house, North Dakota Carnivore. Good morning, Carnivore Quest crew. Hope everyone is having a great day. Thank you, Lance. Lance is one of the most consistent members here in the morning meeting, and he's a big inspiration. He's had great results. He even got his wife to start eating carnivore. Just by showing the way, just by example. Liz, good morning all. Caught meetings on the replay the past few days. So glad to make it live today. Saw last night's video. Congrats to you and Cassie for your October successes. Thanks, Liz. So far, so good, right? Just got to keep it up. Yeah, for sure. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching that video. Monica, good morning. Stopping by, but headed to work. Enjoyed the video last night, Larry. How's brisket today? All right, Monica. Hopefully you saw my breakdown in the beginning. When we're partway through the stream, I'll tell everybody how he's doing again and show the pictures, because some people, join in a little late. Karen, hello, Larry. Congratulations on your lost weight. Thank you, Karen. It's the first good step, right? Since after the wedding, the important thing is I just got to keep it going. I got to keep it going. Got to keep it going. Kathleen McClure, good morning. I'm back from my trip, and I wasn't perfect, but I'm on day 3 now today. Okay. Great to hear, Kathleen. It's hard to stay perfect on a trip. It's probably one of the most difficult things, when you're eating a low carb diet, especially a very restrictive low carb diet. JD in the house. What's up? Good morning, crew. Always good to see you, JD. Smash the like. Yeah, great reminder. You guys want to back out of the live chat and hit that like button. Appreciate it. Aaron says the same thing. You guys are awesome. Kathleen, Larry, congratulations on your progress. I'm glad that all went well with brisket. Yeah, me too. We all are. We're very happy. Very happy about the price too. I was just the last time we had surgery for our dog Lucky, who's passed on now, but we're talking it was 3 times more expensive, and so I can't say enough about that veterinarian. Very cool. Cowgirl, hey guys, day 11, baby. Glad brisket is well. That is amazing. Cowgirl, awesome. Everybody, Cowgirl was in the meeting and she was, oh gosh, I'm starting over. It's day 1 again. And now she's on day 11, getting that momentum. I bet you feel it, right, Cowgirl? You feel that momentum behind you. You're definitely, if you've been strict, which I think you have, you're in ketosis now, and it's a little harder to blow it, because you already know you're in ketosis. Still possible, but it's a little harder. Carrie K. Good morning from chilly Wisconsin. Glad brisket is in recovery. Well, thank you, Carrie. I don't think I've ever seen your name here either. First time in the live chat, maybe? Awesome. Yeah, Wisconsin. Beautiful state. We lived right on the border in Illinois and Wisconsin. We lived in Poplar Grove, Illinois, and we used to cross the border all the time and go up to Wisconsin, go to the Wisconsin Dells, go up there just to get some cheese, fireworks. Yeah, beautiful country up there. Went to the zoo a couple times up there. Yeah, Lance says, great job, Cowgirl. Absolutely. Got that momentum. Sweet brisket. Yeah, right. Brisket makes the cone of shame look good. Yeah, we're a little deeper into the stream now, so let me show it one more time. Let me show that boy one more time. Oh, you okay? You doing all right? You got a lot of people praying for you. Huh? You good boy? Oh, no. No. You can't go out running. Yeah, he doesn't. It's funny. I put that on him. And he just doesn't know what to do. First time I put it on, he literally just stood in one place for like 30 minutes. He was just like frozen. But yeah, it's hard to keep it on him, He just looks so miserable, but it's got to be done, right? Anyway, back to the comments. Yeah, everybody, he's doing really well after the surgery, everybody. Anybody who come in late, And he's got 10 days of recovery now. I got 3 different medicines to give him. And he take it back, he have his stitches out, and he'll be good. So might as well, since I showed you guys that, I'll show you the picture one more time of his back leg. As you can see there, they shaved his fur, and then that's where they made the incision. Doctor says it's in a tough place because it's right on his elbow, and you really can't make out the stitches there, but he's got quite a few. So anyway, he's part of the family. Mary, good morning from Minnesota. Glad Brisket is doing well. Thanks, Mary. Appreciate that. Minnesota, there's a state I haven't been to, and I've been to a lot of them. V. Osborne, glad all went well. Brisket doing good. Wow, that's a great price. Yeah, right. Right. And the staff, man, that doctor's staff was just so cool. I read the reviews, and people were saying how it had that country doctor vibe. So I was expecting an older gentleman, right? Like an old country doctor. He was very young, but man, you could tell he loved animals. Yep. And I had a little conversation with him. He said he grew up right there in Greenville, South Carolina. So local doctor. Yeah, definitely. I'm happy with him. Lance, I don't know how you kept that cone on Brisket. Not one of my dogs would wear one. Took the Dalmatian about 10 seconds to get hers off. He just was like, I don't know. Like I said, he just stood there for like 30 minutes. But we tried to get one on one of our cats one time, and she went nuts, like jumping all over. I mean, as I told Cassie, get away from her. She's going to scratch the hell out of you, But she was bouncing off the walls, and she finally got it off. But that cone, though, it's got like 6 strips of Velcro on it. It's pretty secure. I don't know. It's one of the more well-built cones I've ever seen. Free wings, win-win. I wouldn't pass those up either, right? Can't do it, Lance. Erica, the Road Warrior. Good morning. Yay for Brisket's successful surgery. Thanks, Erica. All right, Papa Frank, flats. He prefers his chicken wings flat and grilled. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm with you. I prefer the flats. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd like 2/3 flats and the rest drums. The flats are pretty tasty. Nancy, I made it. Hey, Nancy Berkey, how you doing? Really glad you're here. Cool. Kathleen, I prefer flats. I make mine in the air fryer. It's quick and easy. I agree with that air fryer for sure, Kathleen. Best tasting, probably on the grilled. I've never had smoked, but yeah, grilled like Papa Frank. Quickest and very delicious is the air fryer, which I'll be doing today, Kathleen. But quick batch cooking, oven. Like if I was going to cook up all 3 pounds at once, I'd use the oven. Now, if Cassie was home, she'd probably be like, clean up that grill. I'm going to grill them. I'm like, all right. Sarah, my 2 big dogs have chewed, smashed, ripped about 10 of those cones. It gets expensive. I bet. And this one was provided to us from the vet. When I go in to get his stitches out, I'm going to return it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they say, no, keep it. It was included in your price, which I'd be shocked because it was so cheap, the surgery. Excuse me. Now, I told you guys it was $402, but the first visit was $130. So the first visit, then the surgery, 3 medications, the cone, everything was $532. Can't beat that at all. And then they called me this morning to see how he was doing. I didn't expect that either. I can't say enough about that veterinarian. McCraw Veterinary. If anybody's in my area. Aaron prefers flats, butter and Frank's hot sauce air fryer. Absolutely. Yeah, I like Frank's too, and I do the same thing, butter. But I also like Tapatio. Tapatio is good. A little harder to find. Wendy O, flats, brine, and air. Is that air fryer? AI. You have an AI cook your wings, Wendy O? I'll assume that's air fryer. Lisa, I like both flats and drums and always in the oven. Yep. Flats and drums for Nancy Berkey. You like them both. Give me any of them, right, Nancy? D, hey there. D, hey there, everyone. I like the flats best, but it seems like the more skin to meat ratio, and I love the chunky skin or the crunchy skin. Yeah. Yeah, I do prefer the flats. I like both flats and drums. Cool. That's Mary. Good to see you, Mary. Nancy, morning flats all the way. So right now it seems like more people like the flats. Congratulations on your weight loss, Papa Frank, for sure. That's from Kathleen, Papa Frank. You probably already saw it. Lance says flats on the Pit Boss. 0 to 400 cook, perfect and crispy skin. Yeah, the only way I can get crispy skin is in that air fryer. Penny, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy about Brisket's successful surgery. I watched your video last evening. Congratulations on your successful dentures. Get behind me, dentures. On your success so far. Thanks, Penny. Yeah. A lot of people got the mental clarity trivia right, too. That was cool. I broke my taste buds being vegan 32 years. I don't like chicken or turkey. I love beef and lamb. I might try goose one of these days. All right, Sarah, being vegan 32 years, huh? Kind of soured you on some things. And I love eggs too. You love eggs too? Yeah. Ketovore Gearhead, what's up? Glad Brisket is doing well. I like drums in the air fryer. Appreciate you sharing, and thank you for the well wishes about Brisket. Thank you. Mary, morning, Larry. Happy morning, happy Larry, and all here. Glad all the positives are coming to you. Yesterday, I quit butter temporarily, gained some fluff past 6 months, fatigue from egg whites. Miss the butter. I'd miss butter too. Oh, I'd miss butter too. Yeah, I usually have butter every day. Every day I'm eating well, you know. That's great, Papa Frank. You and Larry are killing it. Yeah, Papa Frank down 8 pounds. That's not bad, Papa Frank, especially because you've been camping with the family and, you know, you've been living life. That's awesome. All right, here we go. Joseph Chase. Hey, starting back on day 1 after a binge on peanut butter cookies. Sad. Well, Joseph, if you were here just about 10 minutes ago, Cowgirl reported, I believe she's on day 11. And right here in the meeting, she told everybody day 1. So get a little inspiration from Cowgirl. Got to get to day 2. So tomorrow, Joseph, we all want to hear day 2. I want to hear, hey guys, day 2. No more peanut butter cookies. Right, brother? Too easy to do, Joseph. I've been there so many times. Yeah. You guys know I have too. V. Osborne, I haven't had wings for years. Oh, V. Osborne, they're so good. It's nice to find them on sale though. And like little Larry getting them for free. Wow. Right. I couldn't pass it up, but once in a while I'll find a sale at Food Lion and they'll be 99 cents a pound, which is insanely good, you know, but in general, they're expensive for the amount of meat you get. Jessica, what's up, Jessica Wolf? Good morning. Always good to see you, Jess. Pania Terrania? We'll just say Pan. How about that? Pan. Hi, Larry and everyone. Long time, everyday watcher and lurker. Laugh out loud. All right, Pan. Well, I'm glad you finally jumped in the chat. You know, that way I can say hi to you. Where are you from? Where are you from? Love to hear it. Smash the like button. There you go, Sarah. Hello, Pania. Is that how you say it, Pania? I'm just going to go with Pan. Did Jessica get your name right, Pania? Is it Pania? Let me know. Because if she did, that's how I'll pronounce it. Papa Frank, I don't consider small slips like a piece of cake to be a big deal as long as it's not a complete day off plan. Just dust off and keep going. You're a warrior. Well, there you go, Frank. You're able to do that, you know, and you lost 8 pounds since October 1st. Like I said, living life, going camping with the family, birthdays. It's awesome. Jessica, I'm learning every time I relapse or cheat, it's just another step moving forward in my journey. It's another chance to lean in closer to God and give control over to Him. Yeah, sometimes it's so hard for us to do that, right? Just give it up to Him. Say, Lord, take this from me. It's not always easy. It's not always easy, whether that's having to do with our diet or worrying about our finances or someone's health we love. You just got to give it up to Him because, you know, whatever's going to happen is His will. Yep. Tammy, good day, Carnivore Quest crew. Good to see you, Tammy. Brisket looks like my fur grandson's. He's a lab mix, all black, named Cole. Great name. Great name. I love that. That's one I never would have thought of because I was trying to think of a name when we got Brisket. He doesn't have any white on him. He's black. And since he and I didn't know this at the time because he was a puppy. We got him when he was 6 weeks old. He follows me everywhere, and if I'm not home, he follows Cassie everywhere. You know, he's always with us. So I wish, like, man, I should have named him Shadow. It would have been perfect. But we named him Brisket because we had just started the YouTube channel, and we thought he'd be like a cool mascot, you know. And we featured him in a lot of our older videos. But Cole, that's a great name. Mary, my heart melts looking at that cute Brisket. Yeah. he is a handsome boy. I have 6 wings and breakfast sausage for breakfast this morning, Jessica says. Laugh out loud. I wanted something spicy today. Okay. With the breakfast sausage a little spicy. Nice. Cool. So you'll be eating wings right along with me, Jess. Yeah, for me to eat that entire 3 pounds, because I'm a bigger wing fan than Cassie is. I won't be able to eat the 3 pounds today. There's no way. But next couple of days, I can probably knock them out. Little Larry might have some too. Sarah, I'm trying to lean on God. I need so much help. Yeah, for sure. Open up that Bible. Open up that scripture, Sarah. For sure. When I treat myself, Crown Royal barbecue wings on the pit. Oh, okay. So what do you marinate them in Crown Royal, Aaron? I just keep going to God with all the things that bother me. This morning I had cravings for pumpkin seeds. Always this time of year reminds me of my mom's roasting seeds. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, my mom did the same thing. A little nostalgia there, right? Gosh, I've never looked how many carbs are in pumpkin seeds, but roasted pumpkin seeds are really easy for me to eat with my dentures. It's actually enjoyable. Um, the I used to eat a lot of sunflower seeds, but they're just too small. They're too small to navigate. Anybody that wears dentures knows you don't, because you have so much plastic in your mouth, you can't manipulate things in your mouth like you could before. So sunflower seeds are almost impossible. You know, I got to be very careful. Like if I was to eat a piece of hard candy and just suck on it, I'd have to be very careful, like not to choke on that sucker, because, like I say, it's hard to manipulate stuff. When you got no dentures, you flip that thing from side to side, but it's a little different when your mouth is full of plastic. Can't feel it. But yeah, pumpkin seeds. How many carbs do they have? Jess, if you're still in here, which I think you are they high in carb? Pumpkin seeds? Colleen, hello. I just joined. I do not have an air fryer. My stovetop gets really greasy. Yeah, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we have so many gadgets. We actually, our air fryer, every time I got to use it, it's in our laundry room. Like we have a shelving unit in there. So I got to pull it down, bring it into the kitchen, plug it in. We don't have a dedicated space on our counter for our air fryer. We used to, but then Cassie gets so many different little gadgets. It's like, it is what it is. It's like boo hoo, poor me. But it is easier when it's just sitting there waiting for you. But yeah, got to get an air fryer, Colleen. I have 2 air fryers that I still need to take photo of the serial number, cut the cord, take a photo, and turn it into Kasori, because there's that recall is still on those air fryers that were causing fires, and I got 2 of them. I need to do that, because I don't know if they're going to give me a voucher for a new air fryer or a cash rebate. I'm not sure. Good morning, Terry. Great to see you. You're still not home, right, Terry? You still out visiting? Looks like you're doing great, Jessica. Absolutely. Though I have never come across a chicken wing, I could pass up. Right, Aaron? Yeah, I think they're a great option, when we go out to eat, or if you got some kind of get together like a poker game, or for those that like to watch sports, you're going to a football game. They're just a great option on Carnivore. Ulber, first time I've caught the daily, yay. First time, gosh, I can't talk. First time I've caught the daily, yay. You rock, Larry, as does Cassie. Appreciate that. Long time subscriber right here. Yeah, it's good to see you here. You usually see in the comments. I mean, my stove top gets really greasy because I use my cast iron. Ugh. Yeah, us too. I mean, that's primarily what Cassie uses, Colleen, is the cast iron. I still use our stainless steel for certain things. And then I have a what would you call that? Ugh, I'm blanking out. It's not Teflon. Ugh, I'm totally blanking out, but I have a specific pan for eggs that I like to use because it doesn't stick. It's a non-stick pan. I just can't remember what it's called. The ceramic pan. Come on, Lair. Where's that mental clarity trivia, sucker? Sunny sided carnivore. Hey, just made it. Glad brisket is okay. Hey, thank you. Really appreciate that. Good to see you. They have insurance. They have pet insurance. That's a good thing. Right? Yeah, I've never had pet insurance. Thank you, Sarah. I honestly don't feel like I'm doing well. The scale keeps going in the wrong direction. So I keep trying different carnivore techniques to see what works and what doesn't. Can be frustrating, Jessica. Key though, eat clean. Maybe a ground beef challenge, Jessica? Yeah, you know I'm kidding. Talk about restrictive. Uh, you like a mix of flats and drums, JD, and in the convection oven. Okay. Flats always for Terry P. Flats for Sunnyside. Yeah, flats seem to be winning the battle. Debbie, hey Larry and everyone. Glad to hear brisket is doing well. Thanks, Debbie. Glad you stopped by for a few. Very cool. Colleen, talking about wings, I use the oven for them and I use baking powder to dry them. I like both. I hate cutting them up though. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times if we have whole ones, I'll just cook them whole and I just rip them apart, you know. Get my caveman groove on, just rip them apart and eat them. But yeah, I've seen people use baking powder to dry them out. Always so impatient, you know, because I know that really helps with the crispiness in the oven, right, Colleen? I've seen Chris Spath do that, Laura Spath's husband, but I think I'm kind of lazy. I want them and I want them now, you know. You like hot sauce really hot? My wife makes. You like hot sauce really hot? My wife makes some really hot, clean, just peppers and vinegar, nothing added. Nice, Papa Frank. Lucky dog. Yeah, I like me some hot sauce. I forget how long ago it was, but I went to Wingstop and they had what they called their atomic flavor. Man, that was hot. That was like the hot where you're tearing up and you're struggling to eat them. Just a little, you know, you really don't enjoy them because they're too hot, but I had to try them, you know. Atomic. You're doing great, Larry. Thanks, Tammy. Thanks. Not totally perfect this month, you know, from what I planned, but I'm seeing some results, so I'm happy with that. And I think the exercise has made a difference too. You know, getting that garage done, it was a huge task. A lot of bending down, up and down, sweating my butt off. Oh, to the point where I'd get rashes underneath my belly. You know, your belly, you know, the fold where your belly is. Oh, I'd get rashes under there from sweating. TMI. But yeah. Penny, what are flats? I've not heard of anything called that before. Um, you know, Penny, on chicken wings where you have the drum, it looks like a little drumstick, and then the other part is the flat part. It's got two bones in it. Those are flats, and they're good, real good. Jessica, it's good to see you and everyone else too. I love this group, best carnivore group ever. Thanks, Jessica. That means a lot to me. Appreciate that. You know, we've been going almost 4 months, and we've really built some relationships in here. It's very cool. It would be hard for me to give it up. You know, I've seen our metrics and our views on our regular videos, and sometimes I'm thinking, is it hurting our normal videos? You know, we're talking YouTube stuff, but to put out a live stream every day, is it affecting our normal videos performance? And I'm not sure yet, but I really don't care right now. But, you know, as far as income goes, we make more money on ad revenue on a regular video. You know, so like the daily lives, I make like $4 to $6 every day on the ad revenue. Where a video, I make 40 to $50. You know, if the video gets, you know, 6, 7, 8,000 views, you know, it could be a $50 bill. So it's something I gotta eventually, you know, take into consideration, but I'm not quite sure if it's affecting yet though. But I haven't cared. You know, I've enjoyed this meeting so much. It's done so much for me. So, but I really appreciate you saying that. It's very cool. Mary, anyone else gnaw and eat the joint cartilage off the flats and drums. Brisket does. Of course, I don't with my dentures, Mary, but I do when I eat chicken wings. I When I'm done eating, I will hold each individual wing because I don't give them the bones, of course, the chicken bones. But I let Brisket not everything clean with his front teeth. And I love that dog. I'll sit there and hold him, and then he, with his front teeth, picks everything clean, all the cartilage. So Brisket's right there with you, Mary. Nala won't do that. She'll just be like, it's not worth it, But Brisket, he'll sit there and pick them clean. Cassie's like, oh, she's like, oh, you're pathetic. Because I'll sit there and hold him for him, He's my boy. Yeah. Well, I know we got some new people in here. So real quick, I just want to show the video of Brisket one more time. It's only 10 seconds long. Here he is with his cone. You okay, you doing all right? You got a lot of people praying for you. Huh? You good boy? Oh, no. No. You can't go out running. Yeah. That's the last time I'll show him. Yeah, he's doing well. He's laying right here, looking up at me with that cone. Oh, man. Totally lost my spot. Sorry, guys. Jeez, I hate when I do that. Oh, Jessica, I do, Mary. I will eat all the meat and cartilage off the bone now. All the Carnivore Quest warriors are my prayers, but I'll say more for you, Jessica. Aw. Yeah, nothing wrong with bumping it up for someone in particular, right? Pania, yes, Larry, that's it. Okay. Pan is fine too, though. It's easier. Western Maryland can see WV from my house. WV, gosh, mental clarity trivia, Larry. I don't know why I'm blanking on WV. Western Virginia? But anyway, Pania. Okay, cool. Yep, I remember that. Aaron's fasting for 16 hours now. I had to do it for blood work, but just kept going with black iced coffee, sparkling water. Yeah, I really enjoyed that conversation, Aaron. Cool. I can do 5 pounds of wings in a sitting. Wow, JD, you're mounting them down, bro. That's crazy. I've never eaten that many. I've done 3 and been full. JD firing it up. No Crown Royal barbecue sauce is a specialty sauce at a local bar. So good, so bad for you, but it's just a treat once in a while. Gotcha, Aaron. Very cool. I was gonna say Crown Royal, huh? On the rare times my dad would drink whenever we were out camping, he always had a bottle of Crown Royal in his motorhome. He had the same bottle for years. It was very rare he would drink it. But it was Crown Royal. That and a bottle of Jack Daniels. He probably had the same bottle of Jack Daniels in his trailer for 20 years. This is sipping whiskey, he'd say. I quit coffee day 2, lost 2 pounds of water weights. Lily, awesome. Day 2, any headaches? Great thing to use for that is just take a little Excedrin, 1 Excedrin, the headache medicine, but it's got a little caffeine in it. And Dr. Anthony Chafee, he recommended that to Cassie, and it works for sure. 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds has 15 grams of carbs. Well, might not be eating those, right, Jessica? That's a bummer. Appreciate you get back to me on that, girl. Man. Joseph, what do you think the hardest part of starting over? In my mind, I always think to myself, what's the use? You're just going to mess up again. No, I don't think that way, Joseph. The hardest part for me for starting over is that's a good question. What do you think, guys? Is on day one not having anything bad. I mean, that's really it. It's so hard to get that day one under your belt, Joseph. But I never say that. What's the use? You're just going to mess up again. No, I don't say that. Joseph is a man of God. Joseph, you just give that up to the Lord, right? I've seen you struggle for a while, bro. I really got feel bad for you. I've been there. Yeah, but honestly, for me, the hardest part is just getting back past that day one, a full day one. It's a toughie. Mary, what's a good air fryer with stainless interior? I don't want any Teflon coated interior. Great question. I'm not sure, Mary. Anybody help you out in the comments? Good morning. What's up, Kel? So glad brisket is okay. Thanks, Kel. Thank you very much. It's really good to see you. Larry, I'd rather fast than do a ground beef challenge. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I hear you, Jess. I was teasing, you know that, but yeah, I don't suggest anybody attempt that. I did, and it's impossible. I don't know though. Frigno Freedom might be able to do it, right? Dante might be able to do that one. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Melissa. Good to see you. Colleen, yes, baking powder helps to crisp them up. It really works well, but it's time consuming. I just go to BWW. Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. There you go. Yeah. Yep. I am going to try that one day because I've seen Chris Spath pull them out of pull them out and take a bite and you can just hear that crispiness. It's like, oh man, those sound so good. Carrie scored a bunch of thick cut bacon on sale, grilling it in my garage on a griddle. All the neighborhood dogs are barking. Their mouths are watering too, right, Carrie? Oh, nice. My daughter Holly sent me a link. Well, she took it. She sent me a not a link, but a photo, a screenshot of a Lowe's hardware that's opening up in Greenville, South Carolina. And like if you share the grand opening and then do a hashtag or whatever, there's a few things you got to do. You can win 20 ribeyes for $20. 20 ribeye steaks for $20. And she's like, you want to try it, Dad? I was like, yeah, I might. That's a good deal. $1 a steak for a Lowe's though, right? Lowe's home or gosh, I'm blanking out. Lowe's home improvement. It's surprising. They also had a giveaway for a freezer too. Thanks. It's so self-defeating to think the thoughts that go through my mind. Surely I can do it one day at a time. Just keep swimming. Yes. Never give up, Joseph, right? Yeah. What's really helped me this time around after the wedding, it really has. I've been keeping it in the forefront of my mind. And I've been talking about this, I talked about it in a couple of morning meetings, but how blessed we are that we are able to afford, to eat this way. It's a tight budget for me and Cassie, our grocery budget, but we can still do it. And we've had quite a few subscribers over the years who just couldn't afford it, or they went without eating for a while. Some people deal with food insecurity. Cassie and I have been there before. And especially, right after I got sober and we lost our house and, I mean, we were broke, but we weren't on carnivore then. And meat's gotten so expensive, especially since the last administration. Inflation was so high and everything. And I'm still waiting for those prices to come down. They haven't. Gasoline's come down, but not food prices. Um, but just so blessed, that we can eat this way. Because all throughout history, most average people were eating bread. If you go back through history, the people, the wealthy, were eating the meat and the mutton and having a cow slaughtered, and those are the wealthy people of the world. We're talking over a couple thousand years. So we're very, very, very blessed. All of us are. And I've been trying to keep that in the forefront of my mind, you know, to stay away from the Culvers and the crap and the bullshit. Excuse my language. But it's worked so far this month. I've watched more of your regular videos since you started these lives. Okay, Lance, cool. Awesome. Kathleen, I usually don't particularly care for live streams. Yeah, I would not miss this one if humanly possible. I make it a point to watch your other videos in shorts as well. Well, thanks, Kathleen. A big thank you. Appreciate that. You guys are chat. I love it when you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. Sense of community there, right? Raw chicken wings are great for small dogs' teeth. Really, Colleen. I give my Corgis raw dehydrated chicken feet and wing tips. Great for collagen and teeth cleaning. Okay. I'll tell you, Colleen, that the vet said Brisket's teeth were immaculate. He kept going on and on about how good they looked. And I said, well, he eats a pretty clean diet. He's 90% carnivore, and he does enjoy dog bones, the biscuits. He likes those. He has one a day. But other than that, he eats meat. And on sometimes like say I don't have any food for him, right? I just didn't think ahead and we don't have anything for him. There's always kibble for Nala. She likes kibble. But Brisket just won't eat it. I've seen him eat it a few times. He'll like if he's really hungry, he'll eat it. But a lot of times he'll just fast till the next day and be like, Dad, get me some. Go get me some meat. Carnivore dog. Sunny side of carnivore. When we eat wings, the bones go straight into the outside garbage or into fridge until garbage day. Have spent too much money on dogs getting bones and emergency vet visits. We do give them soft cartilage. Yeah. I always worry about that. That's why I hold the bones with my hand. I won't give it to him. And he just uses those front teeth and he just strips it all. Yeah. I remember one time Nala, she got a pork bone. She went in the garbage and she got a pork bone, and man, she swallows everything whole. And I was so worried about her. She ended up puking it up. The body was able to expel it. I remember I was like, oh, should we take her to the vet right now? That thing was like jagged, Only raw bones, never cooked. Both my dogs lost a molar to smoked bones and antlers. Yeah. Melissa, 18 hours into a 36-hour fast. All right. Very cool, Melissa. Halfway there. A little test of strength, right? A little test of fasting, flexing that fasting muscle. Becky, hardest part for me is giving up cream and getting water in. Yeah, Becky, you've been watching us a long time. You know that I have a hard time getting my water in at times. I forget to drink it. Boom, I got it right here though. Ah, so good. Thanks for reminding me, Becky. But yeah, and the cream. Oh, let's not even talk about cream, right? I love my Ninja Crispy, the Osborne. Cool. Yeah, the Tasty air fryer. They reached out to me like 4 or 5 months ago and offered a sponsorship, and they'd send us a unit, and I still got to get back to them. At the time I was bummed out, gaining the weight back, and my heart wasn't into any new sponsorships. Like you get to this thing, like I don't feel like I'm worth it representing a new company. I just was feeling like a loser, to tell you the truth. But I remember Carnivore Couple. Um, I talked to them through email a few times. Really nice people, and they said they really like theirs. And I saw Jenny Middich; she uses one. Any of you out there use a Tasty air fryer? Oh, there you go, Kel. Tasty air fryer is a good one. Yeah. So, but then I got those two Kasoris. I'm probably gonna get. I might have to do a giveaway. If I do those the ones that have a recall on them, they send me like 2 vouchers for 2 free air fryers. Probably do a giveaway because I really like the Kasori, even the one that they recalled. We had for years. Never had a problem with it. What's up, guys? Kit Moore in the house. How you doing, my man? We gonna get together, bro? Come on now. You bailed on me on Saturday. Remember we didn't do the live stream because you said you had a buck. Was it an 8-pointed buck that had an appointment with the dirt? You gonna put him in the ground or something like that? Did you end up getting him, Kip? Did you end up getting that buck? Uh, hey, thanks, bud. Appreciate that. It's a start, right, man? It's a start. Even sardines have gone up, Larry. I was watching the sales when I was only eating sardines. Yeah, everything's gone up. I'm for the most part happy with what the administration has been doing so far, but we got to bring these prices on food down. You know, hopefully the trickle down effect from bringing down energy prices will get us there. But there's no reason, the prices skyrocketed after the pandemic. There's no reason for them to be back up there, right? I don't think so. Albert, Larry, you mentioned you lived in Arizona for 5 years. In a recent video, one of my other favorite channels is Cheap RV Living and has a heap of Arizona content. I love that state, man. Okay, Cheap RV Living. Actually, I like those kind of channels too. I might have seen them before. Cool. Yeah, Arizona was cool. I had a great time out there. I was still riding motorcycles as I was still in the desert. Yeah, it's a little warm. I took Cassie back there to meet my funny, I grew up in San Dimas, California, and when I moved, my best friend I've known the longest in my life, his name's Brady, and we met each other in kindergarten. Friends all up until then I moved to the desert in like right before high school, and then but we still stayed in contact. We lived a couple hours away. You know how it is though. You're in high school, you drift apart, but still every once in a while we talk on the phone. And then my sister was killed. He didn't know about that. Me and my mom moved to Laughlin, Nevada, Bullhead City, and I ran into him at the grocery store. I couldn't believe it. He lived there too. So we ended up after I moved out and I moved out when I was 22. I helped my mom raise the kids, but I wanted to get out on my own for a little while and see what it was like. We got an apartment just down the street from where she lived with the kids, but I forget where I was going with that. Something to do with Arizona. Oh man, I can't remember. Anyway, I have a lot of good memories, and he still lives there. Yeah, I've known Brady, gosh, 45 years. It's nuts. Sorry about that rant though, guys. But yeah, it was so weird. I just happened to see him in the grocery store. I was like, wow, dude, gave him a hug and told him my sister had been killed, and he didn't know any of that. I hadn't talked to him in a few years, and yeah, so anyway, he's one of those friends now we talk about every 3 months, but he's one of those people you talk to once a year, and it's like you'd never you haven't there's been no time, it's like the conversation just picks up. It's like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, friends like that. Anyway, I'm totally blabbering. That's what happens when we get to an hour, and we're at an hour and 3 minutes right now. I just start my brain starts melting down. So I'm sorry if I've missed some of your comments, guys. Ooh, Aaron, about to make Chris cookie Nashville chili. Bring some over, bro. Pete, brisket is like, nah, I'll pass. I don't know what that's referred to, but yeah. Good to see you, Pete. Raw bones are okay. They can digest. Cooked bones are dry and splinter. Yeah, I still feed them, but was cautious. Kip, how's the hunting? uh, Aaron, I'm going to do a video this week. It will be a little longer. I had gastric bypass surgery years ago. Going to go over the pros and cons, how it impacted me then and now. Very cool, Aaron. You guys, check out Aaron's channel. And Kip, you might want to check that one out too, I'll definitely check that one out, Aaron, for sure. Yep. Hey, there's Alfie boy. I made some meatballs yesterday with ground pork and beef. I was wondering where you're at. Cool, Alfie boy. Good to see you. Sam, I haven't seen Sam in today's. He's our other youngster. Alfie boy is 27 years old and Sam's 24. Sam must be doing something today. Thank you, everyone. I'm happy I could join today. I need to drop for a meeting. I'm supposed to be working. All right, Colleen. See you later. Yeah, we're almost caught up. I might have missed a couple of your comments, guys, and I do apologize. Oh, Sam, I am here. All right, now we can end the stream. Oh. Sorry, I was late, Larry. I was taking Tony for a run at the field. No problem, man. You just woke up 5 minutes ago. All right, Sam. See, Sam, we miss you when you're not here. I was like, during the whole stream, I'm like, man, I haven't seen Sam in here making his fart jokes. Oh, you guys, I love you all. And same time tomorrow, all right? 11:55 a.m. Get together. Just hang out for a bit. Get our minds straight. Okay, Joseph, I want to hear day 2 tomorrow, brother. All right. We'll see you guys then. Remember, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Later.